becoming a professional bass player. My name's Deborah and this is the video journal of my career transition. And that was Never Give Up on a Good Thing by George Benson, which I'm keeping practiced on for our gig on the 18th of July in Divine Funk. So I've had a busy week as always, and I like having this video journal because it holds me to account. I wasn't particularly relishing the sales objectives that I've got to meet really if this is going to be my new income. But because I'd told you I was going to make all those calls, I think that in part helped me to do it. So I did make 10 good contacts. I had a goal to have 10 conversations about Digital City Radio and sponsorship and advertising, and 5 conversations about Truly Red. Can't have any at the moment about Divine Funk because our promo isn't ready. We need to mix our sound and produce it, and the visuals still need to come. And off the back of that, I've got some meetings. So that's really great. And I did, by the end of the day, I'd got into the swing of it. So I think that's, something for me to note, that it's just a headspace that if I'm in it more often, I will find it naturally easier to go to that place. I'm very confident about all of those products. Digital City Radio, I met Matty this week from The Breakfast Show. And he and I met for lunch, and my goodness, he knows a lot about radio and broadcasting. I'm really struck by how passionate all the staff are at Digital City Radio and how good the product is. And they're so professional, they know so much, and they're so... I'll be honest with you, I was worried that these would be like really cool DJs and they wouldn't talk to me like the cool gang at school. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Lovely people, very knowledgeable about radio, very knowledgeable about music and how to create compelling radio. And in actual fact, I can see that they've just been too busy to sell advertising space. So that is great, and that makes a job for me. And it also helps me with my band. So this week I have actually done my film at Ashdown Engineering. So I went back to Ashdown Engineering and I picked my amp up and we got it fixed. So I will show you that. And then I'm going to be working today on merchandise. So we've got these fabulous, I don't know if you can see the Divine Funk's Immersive Disco stickers that are going to make cocktail sticks and cocktail decorations for our grazing boards. We've got these fabulous Divine Funk's Immersive t-shirts that I need to get on and order. Martha and Mary are busy making the pin-on epaulettes that will look gorgeous. Caroline is sorting out glow-in-the-dark headbands. So we're just going to have a few bits and pieces because remember, throughout this project, one of my objectives is that I have 15 people that have contributed to the work on any night with Divine Funk, and they need paying, and all of Truly Red need paying, and the sound people need paying. And so we need to find different ways to do that, whether that's through merchandise, whether that's through subscriptions. I don't know what we'll do, whether that's through advertising sales, what have you. So ticket prices and the venue is one way, but another way of me doing that is also merchandise. So let's see how that goes. But anyway, for now, here is my film with Ashdown Engineering. Thank you so much, guys, for that, for fixing my amp, which is now sounding better than ever. And I must stress, this was not a brand new amp. It was a second-hand amp that I had been lugging around everywhere for the last couple of years. So it's not a particular fault with Ashdown. It's just an amp that needed fixing, and they did a great job. And I will see you at the end of the video a bit later on. Okay, so I'm back with Barney at Ashdown Amps, Ashdown Engineering, and Babs, which is my name for my amp because she's got a big voice like Barbara Streisand. So Babs is fixed, and it turns out it was the tweeter, so that's all sorted. Now if I just recap on the knobs. So the top ones, it's the bass, low mids, mids, low trebles, trebles. So those are the frequencies. The input here, which is a bit like the gain, how much is coming in from the bass. The compression is the one that evens out the quiet notes and the loud notes. So I've got that turned right down, so you'll hear my actual playing rather than an altered version. I don't want any drive because I don't like that sort of crunchy, well, sort of masculine sound. I want a smoother sound. And the sub-octaver is turned down. The output is what's coming out of here, so how loud the volume is. The line mix we don't need to worry about today because we're not going into a PA system. Look at that though, how much have I learned from being at Ashdown? EQ, either I can press it in or out. In means that I'm sorting out the EQ here. Out means it's not being done through the amp. It might be being done through my bass guitar, or it might be being done by the sound desk. So I can choose that. The mute button is on because we've got this lovely purple light. There we go, and the mute's off and the mute's on. And the shape, which is the shape of the sound wave that I'm going to make, is off at the moment. Okay. Let's have a think about what sound I want to make. Right, so now that Babs is fixed, I'm going to work out with Barney the sort of sound that I like. So to do that, I'm going to put all the knobs on my guitar at 12 o'clock, which I can, there's a little, it clicks into place when it's at 12 o'clock. And that way, that sort of neutralises or balances the sound coming from here. So any changes that we make will be coming from the amp. So I'll just take it off of mute. So we're going to pick one song and change the sound of it. So this is our bass line. Deeper sound. What have you done there, Barney?
So on here,
yeah,
these EQs, I've boosted the bass a little bit to give it a bit more of a whole bassy sound.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the tin. I've cut a bit of low mids and mids, and then I've kept low treble the same, and I've boosted the treble as well, so you can hear a bit of the twang on the high end of it.
Yeah, you can get that precision. Okay, let's do a different sound. Pick something really different. Cool. And I'll try that. So that's a lot of treble. That's quite a precise clicked sound. Okay, let's have another go. Let's try something else. Because it's got shape on it, which means it's more rounded. Then that's when I'm thinking I want something creamier, richer, smoother. And Barney said that's shape. Okay, so now I know what the term for that is. It's shape. I like shape, and I preferred it with the EQ. And Barney's done the EQ there so that the bass is slightly down. So there's a lot of mid in sound that I like, isn't there? So the mids are both at 12 o'clock, but the trebles, the low trebles and the bass is slightly down just to give less of a boomy sound, but also at the top end not so clicked. So it's, for me, that's quite a feminine sound and I like it. If you can hear a rattling in the background, that's actually the windows that are rattling over there, but that's... Thank you, Barney and Ashdown Engineering, because that's really helped me find my sound and my voice on the bass, which I think is going to have a lot of mid in it. Great, that's been hugely useful, thank you.
You're welcome. That'll do.
This plays beautifully, and I can reach everything. Might go on my Christmas list. I'm missing the top one because I'm used to a 6 string. How would you do it? And you do it there. So actually this is really nice. So I'm so used to having a 6 string that I can get all the notes here, which maybe is a bit lazy of me. Some people think, oh, it's like really cool, you've got a 6 string, but it is essential laziness. Like, I want it there, and I don't have to think about where it is there. But actually, that's nice. So Barney and the team at Ashdown really helped me to start to find my sound and to know what to do with an amp. I was thrilled actually that I could remember what all of the buttons do now, all of the dials, I know what it means. That's great. I'm now this afternoon going to be working a little bit more on my radio show for Wednesday, and I've been chatting to the guys in the bass group, Talking Low, because some of them will have new music. The radio station is all about promoting new music, so this is a great group to ask for new songs that have a high focus on the bass, and to listen to all of that and decide what's going in the show, what I'm going to say, and get that prepared. So I will be back on Tuesday. You have yourself a lovely weekend, and I will see you then.